people might want to hear this. So a lot of people will say, well, how do I find customers, or how do I find distributors? And we do have, the typical way, which we would say message or host a post or whatever, but there's still more to it than that. So let's talk about distributors. And you guys, this is open forum. Please, ask questions, raise your hand, unmute yourself, whatever you want to do. But if people don't know what you do, they're not going to know how to join your team. So I think we need to be more vocal about what we do and be a little bit well-rounded with how we show that. So for instance, I would rather not, for me, if I'm watching someone else, not with It Works, maybe it's a different company, and maybe they are just constantly, oh my gosh, join my team. Oh my gosh, it's only $99 to join my team. You get this much free with your kit. That means nothing to me. But if you start talking to me about what it's doing for other people, how you are overcoming challenges, or what your goals are, or what your dreams are, or someone just promoted and how did it help them and their family, all of a sudden if you're like, oh my gosh, this girl went from bankruptcy and only having $16 to her name, and now she's making $2,000 a month from her phone. All of a sudden I can connect with that a little bit more. I can understand and maybe put myself in her situation instead of just join my team. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's together come up with some objections that people might have. So people might have, they're too busy. What else? Can't afford it.
They don't have the money to start, yeah.
Right. Yeah, Brianna just put can't afford it. And so she says they don't have the money to start. That's a big one. What else?
They don't know enough people.
Don't know enough people, or Erin just said it's too saturated. One of my favorites.
Not social media savvy.
Yes, thank you. Not social media savvy. People's opinions. Yes. What will people say? The network marketing. What is that? The stigma that comes with that, So, or I don't sell. Yeah, my friends won't buy from me. All of these are amazing. And I am fighting a sneeze right now. I'm dying. So each one of these, let's say, people's opinions. So I would, instead of saying it like a negative way, like, you guys, you should just join my team instead of worry about people's opinions. No, how about say, when it comes down to it, does my friend's opinion of what I do for a living, does it pay my bills? Does my friend's opinion of how I do my 9 to 5, does that really matter? Or what matters is how I can provide for my children and put food on the table, or have more time with them. Like, that connection all of a sudden addresses their objection without it being negative. And we can do that with every single objection. And if you talked about those objections once a day and just put a positive spin on it, you would be talking to the public and in such a way that they're like, oh, I didn't realize that there's 4 million people in Arizona and there's only 150,000 paid distributors worldwide. Oh, okay, maybe it's not saturated. So spin it in a way that really brings them in with that emotion, and it gets their wheels turning without you maybe not connecting with them or coming across pushy or obnoxious. Does anyone else want to add to that? No? So another way is if you go into our team page and you search in the search bar CIA, caught in the adventure, or use the word caught or adventure, you will see all these different stories within It Works of people who have changed their lives within It Works, and start sharing about that. But use your words and say, oh my gosh, Tiffany was able to do this and this and this. Like, I want you to read the story. I don't want you to just copy and paste it. I want you to read it and really connect and say, oh my gosh, this means something to me. Because if your audience reads it, they're going to see this isn't just Rebecca posting about her stuff over and over again. She's sharing about how other people have success too. And all of a sudden it's from them showing their success instead of you always talking about it. So Brianna says, speak from how you felt when you first started. Address your own thoughts and relate. You can even say, you know what? I'm having a hard time buying gas right now. But I know other people that have been able to pay for, they get $25 for a wrap, and that can pay for gas. How many of you out there would love an extra $25? Me, And so connect on them on a small level. Don't think that it has to be this grand, amazing level that you have to connect with people on. Most people have to budget when they go to the store, or budget when how many people honestly fill up their gas tank and don't even worry about it? You. But most people probably are like, I fill it up to 25. And so for you to attract people to join your team, it's because you are inspiring and you are showing them a better way. You're showing them, because of It Works, I am looking forward to having more options. And the more that you do that, people are going to come to you and say, you know what, I've been watching your posts and I am so inspired. I'm ready. So a good way to be prepared is to make a list. Start with 10. Make a list of 10 objections or 10 goals that you have, or 10 dreams, or search the Caught in the Adventure and find 10 people. Like, start there and post about them once a day.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
So one thing that I always like is you don't have to feel that now that you're a distributor, you have to put everything out there that's positive about the business. In other words, be real. Like what I always say, prior to me joining the business, I was a personal trainer. So my first thought when I was looking at all these Billy pictures was, oh my God, why are they posting all these? This is a scam. So I kind of lead into what made me join the business. And I talk about that because a lot of people, they can relate to you. They'll look at you more like, if you're real with them, if you're saying, you know what, I didn't believe in this business. I never thought I'd be involved in multi-level marketing, but now I am. Here's what what I'm experiencing. Here's what I'm dreaming of. They can relate to you. But if you jump in like, I was born to be in multi-level marketing, I was born to do this, and I'm like, no, psych, no, you are not. So just be real. And be real with like your reservations, because when I do that, people are like, oh my God, okay, so she didn't believe in the business, but yet she joined, and this is what she's accomplished. Mm-hmm. And they can kind of relate to you more if you're real. Yeah. So just be upfront.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know that when I am consistent with sharing goals and dreams and objections in a positive spin, when I am consistently doing that every day, I start getting people coming to me, private messaging me saying, oh my gosh. Now I want you to take relief in knowing, do not expect people to be commenting on the post that you got someone to join. Most people aren't going to comment on that post. They're going to send you a private message, or they're going to sit and let it simmer for a little while. So I actually take that pressure off of my post and say, I don't care if I get any comments. I care about my personal posts and the engagement there. Because if the personal posts with my family and my outings and my vacations, if those have a lot of engagement, I know my business posts are being watched, not necessarily being liked. They're being watched because the other stuff is usually being watched as well.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So I've gotten a little bit of mixed signals, I guess, because starting out, of course, I haven't built, my friends list or anything, and I do have interaction on my posts of my kids and stuff like that. So to start out, since I'm not having a lot of people like and comment on my business posts, should I reach out to those people that are commenting on my other stuff? Because
yes.
Otherwise I'm kind of stuck on who to reach out to.
Absolutely. That is who we engage with, are the people that are engaging on our personal stuff. They care about your personal life. You care back on their personal stuff.
Okay.
Eventually, it will feel right to talk to them about a product or about joining your team in a way that's not pushy or salesy. But you need, absolutely, those people that are engaging on your personal stuff are your hundreds list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent question. I love that. And that's where I create my hundreds list, is from the personal posts.
And then I will send out a bunch of messages and I'll get ignored on a ton. And then, and then now that I'm kind of focusing more on my distributor thing, should I message some of those people again about the distributor thing? Should I keep trying with them, or should I just go on to other people? Because I feel like I lose out on a whole bunch of people when I move on.
So it depends on where you're at in the friendship, in the relationship with. So it depends on where you're at in the relationship, and then with what you're saying next with that, how you're approaching that distributorship. So what I would suggest is setting up a live demo with your enroller or your upline and say, let's create a live opportunity Zoom or live Facebook opportunity. And it lasts 15 minutes. And maybe Zuri's on there, Tiffany's on there, and I'm on there. And we each share a 5-minute clip on why we joined and what our goals are and what it means for us to be a distributor. So we each share 5 minutes. And you ask your friends, say, hey, you know what? I am really excited to share a little bit of how I work from my phone. I have 3 of my leaders that are doing this Facebook Live. It'll take 15 minutes. Would you mind hopping on and listening and giving me your review? At the end of the week, we're going to do a drawing for those people who sat and listened and gave feedback. And we're going to be doing a drawing for some keto coffee samples or keto energy, and that's something that we could create kind of on our own. But the more people that you're like, hey, would you mind listening? And when we can get people to listen to those opportunity lives, hello, they had no idea what it really means. They can connect to one of the 3 people. And that's usually how we can also find distributors. Because usually they're not interested because they don't have information. They don't fully know what this is or what it would mean for them. And that's why we start making those posts more about the emotion, to show them what this can do. Like Tiffany said, how we can solve their problems. What can It Works do to solve their problems?
Okay. And we could just set that up.
Yeah.
At some point, I just ask if I need.
Yeah. So you be like, say, hey, Zuri, Tiffany, Colette, I really want to do an opportunity Zoom, or I want to do a live demo. Does Wednesday or Saturday work? Or whatever. When we try to come up with a collective day, really these should only be like 15, 20 minutes long. They should not be long at all. And that's what your messages.
I'd pre-plan those people to come watch it.
So we set up the time and day, and then that's what your messages are. Instead of saying, hey, join my team, say, hey, I'm doing this demo. Would you mind hopping on and giving me some feedback? I'm doing a drawing at the end. They're like, sure.
Okay.
Right? It's a little less threatening.
Yeah. I have another random kind of question. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't want to make this all about me, but I know I've had a lot of questions lately, huh, Tiffany? But like, so at the end of the 3 months for a loyal customer, if they wanted to keep going, would you sign them up as a loyal customer again for another 3 months, or does it just keep going?
So the thing is to become a loyal customer, all they have to do is commit to 3 months. So it's up to them if they want to continue, and actually they get more benefits as they continue. What you want to do is keep them as a loyal customer. So what's a good idea is to keep track of them. So say if they enroll with wraps, follow up with them to see how they're doing. The idea is to get them on a product that they're going to want to use consistently, like our keto coffee or our greens or something like that, because what you want to tell them is with every order, they get back 10% in perk points, which is it's a credit that they can apply to another product.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to re-enroll them. Once they've completed their 3 months, they're a loyal customer for life, and they will always get that discount.
Awesome. So like the LLC that I got placed under me from Colette, I can get the contact information to her so I could contact her and say things, or should I not do that?
I would rather contact her because she came to me and I have that relationship with her. But if she ever like credit card declines or something, let me know. Just so that, because they don't know that we moved them. And sometimes they're a little sensitive about that. So I try to keep that relationship and try to keep them going.
Okay.
But you and I stay in contact to make sure that everything's still good.
Okay.
Excellent questions. Wow. Excellent. So another thing, I mean, we can use the same thing about finding loyal customers. You can use the host a post to find loyal customers. Over my weekend that I had in Florida, we had one of the leaders. She said that she focuses on one product a week, because what are the odds that the person, like if you're posting about keto energy today and then you post about hair, skin, nails tomorrow, what are the odds that everyone saw the keto energy yesterday and the hair, skin, nails the next day? And so if you post about the same product every single day and you kind of spin the benefits or do a poll or go live or post it on your story, if you're sharing different ways about this product, maybe different pictures or different words, all of a sudden they're taking note. And sometimes someone's, watching it, and the more that you keep talking about it, they're like, okay, she has me sold. Finally, by the end of the week, then she's ready. So that's one way, is to just focus on one all week long. But sometimes I'm focusing on, multiple different products, and the right product meets the right person at the right time. And so I would say try many different ways, because just because posting all week long about one product works this time doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work on a different product next time. But just always just mix it up. Try something new, so that it's not just monotonous for you. It's kind of fun to really dive into a product and get to know it and then share, you know what I mean? Okay, so other questions, guys? Anything? I know that it keeps coming to me that the more bold in our efforts, the more we are sharing and connecting with that emotion, the more that you're going to be connecting with others. I promise you. But if we're pretty quiet and maybe sharing maybe twice a week, sharing, every couple of days about the benefits of being a distributor or join my team, hardly anyone's going to see that. So just make it a little bit louder. I think a good rule of thumb as well is try to have one event at least every 10 days, if not once a week. Sometimes once a week is hard. I get it. But if you had 3 events a month, that could really help your business as well.
What do you mean by event?
Well, so that's a live on Facebook, an opportunity Zoom, having a party, a sip and sample at your house, just something like that.
Or a wrap party or a launch party, Rebecca?
Yep.
I'm working on that with Zuri now.
Those are fun. Yeah, those are great.
Still got to do some more training on it.
Can I share something with you guys?
I want to.
So, you know, we always talk about it's so important to post, it's so important to message. What is today's date? The 8th, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So normally I enroll anywhere from 10 to 20 loyal customers a month. You guys, it's the 8th and I haven't enrolled this many. And let me just tell you, I've been super busy at work. I have not had a chance to send out any messages. And so this just goes to show how important it is to send messages to people. You can post all day long, but I mean, like I always tell everybody, posting is just like throwing a fishing hook into the water. You have no control over who's going to latch on. You have to message. So if you're in your business and you're at a point where you're like, I'm not getting anybody who's interested, nobody's commenting, look back and pay attention to how many people you've sent messages to. And this is where I'm kicking myself. And tonight I'm going to jump in and start messaging because I hate the fact that I have not enrolled not one customer. I always try to make it a goal. You know, I look at my business like it's a store. Every day, my goal is to make a sale. My goal is to either enroll a loyal customer or a distributor. That may or may not happen. Usually it may not, but I have it in my head that that's my goal. So even if I enroll 20 loyal customers, 20 out of 30 days is not bad. But I go into this business every day with the goal to enroll a loyal customer. Well, I haven't been doing that these past 8 days, so I'm kicking myself. So if you guys are in that position, just really focus and think, okay, I have to start messaging. It's crucial.
I agree. And what's interesting is when you start messaging people, especially when you're like maybe going through the alphabet or going through an old hundreds list that you might have, when you start messaging people, or even the birthdays, when you're wishing people happy birthday, I've been starting to wish people happy birthday on their wall, and then I go send them a private message saying, oh my gosh, aren't birthdays the greatest? Are you doing anything fun today? Or how are you celebrating? Or you know, something where they have to message me back. And every single time they're starting to like my post. They're going to my newsfeed and it's like, oh, this girl liked like the last 3 posts because she's going and checking me out. So those are really, really good ways to just stay in contact with people.
Even if you don't know them, that's how you start. Okay.
Absolutely. If we're friends on Facebook, I'm wishing you a happy birthday, and I'm going to your private message saying, happy birthday. I might send a funny GIF, you know, one of those, I don't know if people say GIF or GIF. I call it GIF. And I'm going to send them a funny GIF and then say, I hope you're doing something fun today. Do you have any great plans? And they're messaging me back, and it's so much fun.
And if you think about it, like, I mean, our goal is to build our friends list. So we've got thousands of friends, but the normal people, they only have like 250 friends. So they're only getting Facebook shout outs from like maybe 20 people or 50 people. So if you, a random stranger, are going on this person's Facebook and taking time out of your day to wish them a happy birthday, it's going to mean something to them. They're going to remember you for that. They're going to wonder, who is this stranger? Why are they taking their time out of my day? They're going to go over to your page and see what you're about. So,
yep.
This is just I already missed half of it. It's like more than half of it.
Okay. So the other thing is who are you on Facebook? What other hobbies, talents, personalities, like who are you on Facebook? Because we really, really should have more layers of us than just it works. And social media is all about attracting people to you and having them feel like they know you, or they can relate with you, or they have something in common with you. So if you can try to come up with five things that are your passions, that light your fire, that you like to study and learn about, or you, if there was a Facebook group that you would want to be part of because you love it so much, what would it be? And I want you to give that some thought for a minute. And I want you to use the chat, if you can, and put your 5 things in it. So for instance, mine, and as you start to think about it, you're like, oh, and this, oh, and that. For one of mine that I love going to Pinterest on, or Google and searching things, is fashion, like clothing, fashion, and hair and makeup. Even though I'm not good at it, I love learning about it. And that's one of my things, is I would love to just have a closet full of really cute clothes. You guys, I have like 35 It Work shirts. Like, that's my clothing. So the other thing would be travel. I love, love, love travel. Love it so much. And then it's my family. It's my extended family, my sisters, my mom and dad, my kids. Like, I love my family. I'm obsessed with cooking. I love recipes. I love trying new things. I love baking, pastries and cupcakes and all that good stuff. My kids, so I already said my kids. Inspiration. What else? I used to love running half marathons. That was a thing that I just loved, 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 loved. And so that's something that if, like, I'm wanting to get back into, so I can start posting about that. It doesn't have to be relevant to me now, but it's something that I want to do or I have done. So Tiffany, you said fitness, meal prepping for sure, keto lifestyle, motivation, inspiration, family, friendship. Definitely. And I get that from your newsfeed. Like, I totally get all of that. And Rebecca, DIY, fashion, God, my kids, family, beauty, love. So, Ugo, if you can share what your 5 things are. Ashley, Erin, I know that you've been sharing with me what your 5 are. Lauren, Tanya, what I really want you to be thinking about, what are my 5, and do I share those? Because if we're only sharing about it works, we're going to be turning people off. We really want to draw people in and have them say, oh my gosh, Ugo always posts about fitness or tips at the gym or great recipes. They're going to come to your page because you post amazing things that they find useful. I know Tiffany kills it with food prep on Sunday night. Lauren, crafting, Disney, Bible versus shopping, couponing. I would totally go to your wall. I would totally go to your wall because I love all those things. Like crafting, I am terrible at it. I will let someone else do it and then try to get some inspiration. But yeah, I think these are amazing. So hopefully you're getting some good ideas. Tanya, makeup, animals, family, home decor, fashion. Awesome. So a great way for you guys to start collecting what your posts might be is using these categories and coming up with an expansion for every single one. And go to Pinterest, go to Google, find inspiration from pictures. But what I would like you to start doing is using your face more with your posts, because instead of you sharing an awesome quote, they might find that quote inspiring, which is all the time. But if you share that with your photo and a little bit of that verse or a little bit of that phrase, it becomes you speaking that. And that elevates the connection that you have with your audience. Ashley says, my kiddos, hiking, inspirational quotes, my dream catchers, and paintings. Those are all really, really good. I love it. Okay, cool. If we can become the expert or the inspirator for people to come to you, that's when things really start to take off, because you mean more than just trying to sell a product. Ugo, family, travel, cooking, the arts. Yes, excellent. That's very, very good. And so it's really easy to find people on Instagram that you can connect with on these topics. And so use that to find people there. And then I use it on Facebook as well to just speak more of who I am.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So, everything that I post on Facebook, thank you. I turn around and post the same thing, like it goes hand in hand on Instagram too. Do you think that's bad or good?
Do you have the same following?
Well, some, mostly family. I don't think everybody.
Because my audience on Instagram is completely different than my audience on Facebook. And so if I post,
no, I haven't really taken the time to look like that. I don't know exactly.
You might notice by the people who like your stuff.
Yeah.
And so if you notice that it's about the same people, then I would switch days. Like I would post one on Facebook today and then maybe wait a couple of days, or edit or change it up. Like maybe a different picture, but similar words.
Okay.
And you can also change it by like the time that you post it. So say you post something in the morning on Facebook, post it in the evening on Instagram, or vice versa.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
I usually post the same thing on both Facebook and Instagram because my Instagram following is a lot bigger than my Facebook. Like my Facebook is like, I think like 3,300 and my Instagram is like 9 something. But so I post it on both. So whoever can catch it. Whoever doesn't, I don't even really focus on that.
Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Wow, we've had some really good content tonight. Anything else? What if we do like 15 minutes work session and then wrap it up? What do you think of that? Yeah? Okay. If you guys can, I want you to, on your Facebook, I want you to go to your Facebook stories and I want you to go and engage with 10 non-It Works people on your Facebook story, which is up here on the top. And when I engage with them, I don't just send heart eyes. I actually make a comment and leave like an emoji or something. And usually if I make a comment of some sort, then it begins a conversation. So let's do that. Let's do 10. So tell me when you're done. Ready, set, go.
I can't because it will cut off my Zoom.
Oh, it will.
Yeah. But I can do that after we get off.
Oh my gosh. What are we doing? Waiting on me? Total strangers come to the door that wouldn't let me go. Okay, guys, are you working on something or waiting on me? You're working? What are you doing?
I'm cooking.
You're
I'm
cooking.
gonna do my work when I get off.
You guys,
I'm making
so
my
sorry. Okay, well, if you haven't moved on, I apologize. I was going to have you engage on Instagram stories, on those stories, and then I was going to have you start, I want you to set up an appointment this week or in the next 10 days for whether it's a live demo, something in your homes to meet people face to face. And I want you to set up one event in the next 10 days. And I want you to go through your through your hundreds list. And I want you to invite at least 10 people tonight, 10 people to an event, and specifically ask them. I don't want you inviting people without asking. I want you to say, hey, I have an event coming up. It should last only 20 minutes. I would love your feedback. Can I invite you to the event? So that's the task that I'd like you guys to do. Is set up an appointment that works for you and your schedule in the next 10 days and then invite 10 people by the end of the night. Can you do that?
What if
Yes.
I don't know the event? Or
You plan a day and you coordinate with your upline, and it can be a demo. It can be talking about the keto products. It can be an opportunity meeting. It can be anything. And so I want you, if you don't feel comfortable hosting your own, I want you to reach up to an upline or your enroller and say, let's do this together. Let's find a day that works. And then I want you to invite 10 people to that.
can you do live on Facebook with multiple people?
You can. You can do it like if I went live, I can invite someone to it as someone that's being interviewed kind of, and you can both talk at the same time. But if you, for instance, asked Zuri or Tiffany and said, hey, let's do this, one of them would mainly be doing the talking, and they would set up the event and you would invite people to that event.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I need to hop off. But I want you guys to comment in the team page when you have set up your appointment and when you've invited the 10 people. I would love to see how many people can create those events in the next 10 days.